Welcome to easyMedicaid training video, session documentation, service grid warnings. When you're entering your session documentation, you may see any one of several service grid warnings. The first warning you may find will be one that indicates you have entered a session time that exceeds the allowable time, but there is still time left for billing. In this case, you will have one of several options. The first is to adjust your session time to the amount that is left in the billing period, in this case 45 to 30 minutes. This is useful because you do not want to miss any billing time. And if you were to deny the session as billable, you would be leaving 30 minutes of billable time. So choosing this option will adjust the time from 45 to 30 minutes and make a note of it in the notes section, so that when looking back on this session, you will see what the original time was, yet you will be able to get all the billing time available. Another option is to authorize the full session. In this case, there might be one or more reasons for authorizing the session. If you choose to authorize the full session for billing, you must also choose a reason why. Options could be compensatory services, a makeup session, or you can type in some type of other reason. The final option is to not authorize the session for billing. In this case, you must also put in a reason why you are not authorizing the session. When you have made your choice and entered your reason, click the OK button. This will enter the session. If you have chosen to make it not billable, an asterisk will be next to the date, indicating that you've made that choice. The second warning that you may find will be an indication that the entire session has exceeded the allowable billing time. In this case, you will only have two options. One is to authorize the full session, as before, and providing a reason as to why. And two is to not authorize the session, again providing a reason why. A third warning that you may find will be that there is no grid on file for this type of service. For instance, if a student has a service grid on file that indicates they are supposed to receive individual services, but you have chosen a group service, it will warn you that this is not the type of grid that the student has on file and will not allow you to enter that particular session. The final warning that you may find is an IEP ended warning. This warning appears if the service grid date has been beyond 1 year. In this case, you will still be allowed to enter the session. However, again, you must enter a reason why. It is important to note that regardless of what service grid warning you receive, action should be taken on your part. If the student should be receiving the services that are being provided, then it indicates that the IEP should be amended. If the IEP is correct and you are receiving the warning, then it indicates that a schedule change should happen, as the student is receiving too many services. So if you do receive these warnings, you should contact your district administrator to discuss a possible solution.